Hi, my name is Jeff H. Sipe, and I have over 10 years of recruiting experience, including 5 years at Google. This will be my fourth video in the last 7 weeks on behavioral interviews. And the reason why I'm focusing on this is because all companies ask behavioral interview questions. And in this video, I really want to focus on results. And providing amazing results, it's an area that all my clients struggle with, especially in our first mock interview. And this comes with just basically weak results. They trail off at the end. They just don't provide a concrete ending to their example. But the results demonstrate your impact. And similar to understanding the situation and clearly defining your actions, I need to know the results. So just think about a great movie, a great book, just a great story in general. We all wait for the results to tie it all together. So excite your interviewer with impactful results so they know what you did and they know why it was meaningful. If you like my content, please like. If you have any comments, please comment below. And if you like my overall content, please subscribe. Item 1, great results. As you think about providing examples, I actually want you to work backwards. I want you to start with results, know your most impactful results, and we'll address this later on, but results can still be ongoing. The project or program can still be in process. That's okay. Item 2, alignment. This one's a little tricky, but sometimes the task, the actions, and the results aren't always greatly aligned. And so, specifically, as you outline and work backwards from your results, make sure that each step is aligned because ultimately this is about aligning objectives and making sure the results match the intended outcomes. And sometimes there are unintended outcomes, and those can be good as well. Just make sure it's aligned. Item 3, taking credit. You have to take credit for your actions. Understand that your interviewer gets things don't happen in a silo. Everything happens as part of a team, but you have to get in there and talk a little bit about yourself and mention the I. This is not bragging. This is simply stating facts. And it won't sound like bragging if you're speaking positively and you're not overstating. If you didn't have a strong, huge individual contribution, you need to revisit items 1 and 2. Item 4, be specific. This is where a lot of the other content is letting you down. If you look at example and sample answers and questions, they're providing really basic results and you need to dig in. And so, similar to the rest of your example with a specific situation, specific actions, I need to know specific results and I want to know everything positive that happened. Just reflect back and think about what were the top 2, 3, 4, 5 results and add specificity to them. Give me data. Item 5, and that's a great segue, multiple positive results. So I don't want to hear one. As I mentioned in the last item, I want to hear multiple because if you're looking back and thinking about all the positive things that happened, it's also going to be a great reflection starting from the beginning. If you only have one positive impact or one positive result, you may want to think of another example. I'm looking always when I talk with candidates, clients, for 2, 3, 4, etc. Item 6, focus areas. Okay, this is probably the most critical, and I think if you really simplify and break it down, it's really 4 areas. It's money, time, leverage, and kudos. And so even for-profits and even nonprofits, they all care about money. So it's about money earned, money saved. Did you make that money by acquiring a new client, adding on additional items, additional resources to an existing client? Maybe you found a new external supplier or vendor that was half the cost. And lastly, money could be about reducing workload. Reducing workload on an employee, allowing them to work on something more meaningful, more strategic is incredibly important. Second is time. It is our most precious resource. So did you streamline a process that saved time? Did you maybe create stronger internal or external relationships where the communication had to step up, therefore saving time? Did you implement a tool or a system that saved time? Did you remove something antiquated that saved time? Getting back to the money example, if you can save employees time, internal, external, that's saving the company money because they can work on something. You can work on something more important. The third one is leverage. I love this one. You need to always be talking about how the results are being leveraged for now and in the future. So that could definitely be something like process, it could be documentation, it could be a system or a tool, it could be a training, but it's been picked up by not only you and maybe your team, but by other teams, other departments. Maybe it's spread nationally, maybe it's spread globally. And it's something that also, it's a legacy item. Like you walk away and it's still ongoing and it's still having impact years later. Leverage is totally critical. The fourth item, kudos. So that could be awards, accolades, appreciation. You could get a promo, you could get a card, you could get flowers, you could get chocolates. So what I really want to know about was, did you have a happy boss, a happy leadership team? Maybe you got promoted or got a bonus because of this. Maybe external clients are calling in and saying, wow, this is amazing. Maybe they are giving you an award through their company. Kudos is important. I will know a lot more about the impact if you share what other people said and how great you were. Item number 7, end of story. So this kind of goes back to items 1 and 2, but as you get to the end of a book, end of a movie, end of a story, right? You're looking for it to all be tied together. And when you hit that end of the movie or book and it doesn't really seem to match, it leaves you disappointed. Same with the interviewer. You have to tie it all together. So continue to go back to dynamic, alignment, and then overall end of story. Have you told a good story? This will leave your interviewer feeling like you are the right person. Item 8, not completed. So absolutely, a lot of my clients and a lot of my candidates over time have brought up examples where the results are ongoing. The project or program, it's not complete. But the most important one with not completed is you've already achieved some really great items. And second, and coupled with that, is maybe you can talk about what you've achieved and the anticipated results, which can get you really excited and get your interviewer excited as well. Item 9, learnings. So I truly believe that this is a separate item that needs to be talked about and that it's a category on its own. But at a minimum, you need to introduce learnings, what you learned, why it's important, how you've improved, and how you've taken those learnings and moved forward. I love learnings. You will see a lot of commentary talking about results in implementing learnings. Again, I think even when you plan your answer, it's a separate category, but definitely implement your learnings. Item 10, results first. This is something that I've talked about multiple times, but if you save the company $2 million over 6 months, you might start your example with, Jane, let me give you an example where I saved the company $2 million over the last 6 months. The situation was. So don't be afraid to switch it up from time to time. If it's a really strong result that you feel like it's going to capture your audience and have them more attentive and more interested in your answer, definitely start there. I create videos based on some of my client struggles. And so that could be creating a really clearly defined situation, really focusing on the actions and giving them specificity, making sure they're clear. And of course, results. Results tie it all together. So don't forget about this section. Don't trail off. Give me really strong results. It's a definitive end to your answer, especially if you're not going to apply learnings or follow-up questions, which I strongly recommend. Good luck. If you like my content, please like. If you have any comments, please comment below. And if you like my overall content, please subscribe. Good luck.